ESPN Madison. Lots of different things that are new and fun and exciting to the show. But first, we are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
I was still looking for I got the power, but I'll take that one, Riley. That's all good. And
the button's not working. I think now all the end dates are 12/31/24, so now I need to go and fix all of those so they can play.
We're just going to make you yell, I got the power.
Yeah.
Every time.
I got the power.
Nice.
There we go.
Do that next time. Your falsetto is flawless.
It was amazing. Now, we also want to welcome in Siding Unlimited to the show. They are now our new poll question sponsor.
Fun.
That's very exciting. And Matt Hamilton, I got a question for you before we get into the actual poll question for today. But do you think the stat line of 7.5 sacks and 7 tackles for losses is good enough to be a Pro Bowler?
Yes.
Good, because that's Aiden Hutchinson's stats. And it's 5 games this year. Aiden Hutchinson played 5 games this year, has more sacks than Rashawn Gary.
He'd have been a Pro Bowler if he'd have played.
Should have been. 6.5 sacks for Rashawn Gary and 8 tackles for losses. Meanwhile, Aiden Hutchinson, who played 5 games, 7.5 sacks and 7 tackles for losses.
I mean, so
Rashawn
Gary has 1/2 tackle for loss more than Aiden Hutchinson did.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Perfect. Send him to the Pro Bowl.
In 11 more games. Just put Aiden Hutchinson in the Pro Bowl at this point. Like, I don't know if there were not players more deserving than Rashawn Gary, but there had to be someone that's more deserving than Rashawn Gary to be in the Pro Bowl. And do we have Mark Chmura's reaction ready to go? Or do we?
Not yet. I'll get that for you shortly.
That's okay.
Who? I want you to give me a name of someone more deserving.
Well, anyone. Aiden Hutchinson, I just gave you one.
He can't. His leg is exploded.
Nobody's playing in this game. This is the Mitch Trubisky, who was also a Pro Bowler, of making the Pro Bowl. Like, I mean, this is insane. But we do have another new partner on the show, and that is Carbless, handcrafted premium cocktails. You can get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbless talk and text line. Less is more. 844-7. Carbliss. Less is more. 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show, and we are asking you, make the case for Rashawn Gary to be in the Pro Bowl. 844-770-3776, the Carbliss talk and text line. Less is more. Let's hear Chewy.
But I think there is an obligation, and call me old school or whatever.
To the Pro Bowl. I want to talk about Rashawn Gary being named to the Pro Bowl.
How is he named to the Pro Bowl?
I have no idea. I am dumbfounded. This is very confusing. 6.5 sacks and 8 TFLs apparently get you the Pro Bowl. How did this happen?
Is there anyone else that would have been more deserving of the Pro Bowl?
I don't know who else made the list.
What about McManus?
I mean, there's only one
I'd give
kicker.
it to Aiden Hutchinson before I gave it to Rashawn Gary.
Aiden Hutchinson still has more sacks than Rashawn Gary.
How many games did he play?
6.
Wow, good for him.
Oh, my goodness. No, not good for him.
No, come
not
on. I mean, he has no. It's not like he did something. It's not like he's like stuffing the ballot box. It's not like he. Is it a fan vote thing?
It's a combination of fan vote, coaches, and players to get into the Pro Bowl.
This kind of feels.
Aiden Hutchinson, by the way, only
like
played 5 games. Still has more sacks than Rashawn Gary.
This kind of feels like me being 100 on Madden. Something just ain't right.
Yeah, but you were closer to earning that 100 on Madden than Rashawn Gary was to earning a Pro Bowl.
That's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jen Lotta, Gabe, Nietzo, and Mark Chmura. That's really an honest and great answer. You can get into the show, 844-770-3776 on the Carbliss Talk and text line. And I want to hear from you. Tell us, and you can also chime in on YouTube, make the case for Rashawn Gary, Pro Bowler.
I mean, 6.5 sacks, man. That's pretty good. It's more than he usually gets.
Is this the pretty good bowl?
Is
this low,
first of all, let's
expectation?
remember the Packers realistically are a top 5 fan franchise, right? Like,
who cares?
They seem to be. Well, like they said, there's fan votes in this as well. Like, if you've got a big fan base, you can get more votes.
But fans don't like Rashawn Gary.
I mean, I like Rashawn Gary, and I'm a fan.
It's gross.
I don't think fans dislike him. Plus, fans just want to see their team's helmet in the Pro Bowl.
The Packers have legitimate Pro Bowl players. That's the problem. I mean, Josh Jacobs, Xavier McKinney, and I would say Elton Jenkins, who didn't make the Pro Bowl, those are legitimate Pro Bowl players. Those are legitimate people who have earned it. Like right now,
I don't disagree with that.
Rashawn Gary is like Terry Steinbach, which goes back to baseball in the Oakland A's. He was a catcher, and he was voted in by fans because fans liked him. He had no business being an All-Star, and he is the
wasn't there
poster
something
child.
like that last year with some guy, or 2 years ago in the All-Star baseball break, where he just was the fan vote and had no business being there?
If you want to make
He's like
a
an older
spot-
guy, I feel like. But again, I think it's a lot about fans wanting to see their team being represented.
It's 1/3 of the vote. The rest of it should have gone nowhere close to Rashawn Gary.
True.
Like even
I
if
agree
the
with that,
1/3
but a
part
third of like that's a solid chunk.
But like, here's the thing, Matt. Packer fans, you're better than this. Like, don't vote in a bum. Like, he is a giant disappointment.
He has not lived up to his draft
Or
spot.
his contract. He's
Or his
twice
contract, yeah.
underperformed. And this is not an injury thing. This is, I don't know what it is. There's been great breakdowns of basically he's not quite as explosive as he used to be, and he has no counter move. He's not strong enough to overpower, and he's not quick enough to get around. And he's in this no man's land. And this was the whole concern with Rashawn Gary when he came out, was that he's super athletic and a freak of nature, but didn't always put in the full amount of work or effort, or couldn't bring that work and effort onto the field as far as having technique to get sacks.
Because it
And
looks like he works a lot off the field, but yeah,
he
he's
lifts
not.
weights. He's not clearly he's not putting in the technique, or he can't bring the technique to the field.
Yeah. A lot of the video. So I follow Rashawn Gary, obviously.
Yes.
All his videos are against like cones and guys holding bags, and he looks fast. He looks like he's working on footwork, and you think that it would translate, but it's real different when you're going up against another dude who's trying to keep you instead of like a big pad, a blocking pad.
Right, because they can, one, keep you at arm's length. They can let you come into them and then
use
keep them in.
their grip.
Right. I mean, Jay Glazer from Fox is kind of famous for he's done some MMA training with defensive players, because MMA is honestly probably more helpful for some of those defensive linemen to be able to get off blocks and get in. He does not, and I'm just guessing here because I'm not an expert on this, but Rashawn Gary clearly has the physical, or had the physical ability to be much more explosive with sacks, and he's not doing it. Mm-hmm. And he clearly is a physical specimen. So I would imagine that this is a technique issue for him. And and where he's putting in the work, maybe it's the wrong work, or it's or work that he can't apply.
Well, it just seems like he's not, and I'm sure he's plenty tough, but to play D-end, you got to be crazy. You got to be a nut. And I'm just not totally sure that Rashawn Gary has that dog in him, so to speak.
So if you looked at it for the roster, and he is in as a defensive end, you still would have Leonard Williams, 9 sacks, who would be in front of him. Dexter Lawrence in front of him. Nick Bosa, who's in. Leonard Floyd, who is not in, also has more sacks than him. And I'm looking just at defensive linemen. You could go with Kobe Turner, Brandon Fisk. You could go with, obviously, Aiden Hutchinson.
But we know that sacks aren't the end-all, be-all for defensive ends in getting into the Pro Bowl. There's other factors. What if you get one sack a game, but you get absolutely torched by the run constantly?
He's not. Nobody thinks he's good at that.
No, I'm just asking. There's got to be other factors other than sacks and tackles for loss that go into this.
And here, realistically, I mean, if you put him at linebacker, I mean, he is 20th. The only thing he's even benefiting from is he's listed as defensive end. He's still probably 7th in defensive lineman sacks, 7th or 8th. He's benefiting a little bit because he's listed as a defensive lineman and not a linebacker anymore. But he's not a set-the-edge guy. He is a guy who's paid to get sacks, and he doesn't get sacks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this year he's been holding the edge better than he has in years past, I thought. Which might,
I don't know.
Like,
I'll be honest.
I don't know if that's merits getting you into the Pro Bowl.
But I don't even know if that. No offense. I don't even know if that's true, because neither one of us. I'm not saying it's not true.
I'm just saying based off feel too. Like that's
what
there's
I'm
no
saying.
stat behind that. That's just
and
how I'm feeling when I'm watching the game.
And I don't have a way to. I don't have a strong opinion to disagree with you on it. But it literally is just worth pointing out that that's just your observation. And maybe some fans'
and I do
observation.
find myself trying to watch 52 when the Packers are on defense, right? So like I think I'm a little more drawn to watching him play than some of the other position groups on the field.
Absolutely. But you can get into the show, 844-770-3776 on the Carbless Talk and text line. Make the case for Rashawn Gary making the Pro Bowl, because he is a Pro Bowler.
Jim, you said it yourself. Less is more, and that's what Gary's doing.
Is that the slogan for the
Like,
Pro
give
Bowl?
a Sean Gary mantra right now. Less is more.
Is that the slogan
Do
for the?
less better.
Yeah, there you go. Rashawn Gary is in the Do Less is More Hall of Fame. That is for sure, because he's not doing much of anything. A lot of lists. Lifeless.
Yeah.
That'd be one way to describe
Hey,
Rashawn
but he's
Gary.
not sackless.
Six
and a half, baby.
A lot of games.
Okay, some games,
the
but like, we're
major-
talking about the season right
The majority of the games he plays, he does not.
now. Less is more.
That's Rashawn Gary's slogan for 2024. This is more. We also want to get your thoughts on resolutions. We can put this at Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Love them. I wish everybody who's listening in the radio could have seen Jim's face on the YouTube when I said that. Oh my gosh. He was mortified.
I want your thoughts, and you can chime in. We'll continue to talk about Rashawn Gary. We'll talk about the Bear-Packer game. What's the responsibility for players to play? What do you kind of view that as? But want to get your calls, 844-770-3776. Give me the case on why Rashawn Gary should be in the Pro Bowl. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. And, Matt, I think some Coors Light would go great with anything from Metcalf's.
Absolutely. And it's the new year. I know Jim doesn't like resolutions, but you might have them. Maybe that's being healthier. Metcalf's can help you with that. Their produce is fantastic. If you want to make sure you're putting some of the best food in your body as you can, like you're trying to eat out less, have a little more at-home dinners, home-cooked meals, Metcalf's Market is the way for you. They can help you save money if you sign up for Metcalf's Rewards with thousands of coupons every single day to help you save money. They've got the fantastic produce section. Like, I buy lettuce and from another grocery store, and if I don't eat it in 2-3 days, gone. Trash can, see you later. Didn't eat a salad. You screwed up. Not at Metcalf's. I find that it lasts longer there. You just can't go wrong at Metcalf's. There's 3 locations, very convenient locations from Wauwatosa. There's Hilldale. There's the Westtown Mall area, and you can get that awesome Metcalf's local food. So if you want to eat better this new year, bring local home with Metcalf's Market.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Let us.
Let us who?
Let us in. We're freezing. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
How good would it feel to start the new year by losing those unwanted pounds? At Madison Weight Loss, our Metabolic Reset program can help you finally lose those pounds without all the stress and frustration of trying to figure it out on your own. The secret is our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good. Learn how our clients on average lowered their metabolic age by 17 years. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation and learn why your metabolism may be sabotaging your goals.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson, and everyone's always looking for ways to be healthier and lose weight as we start a new year. Contact the team at Madison Weight Loss. Do what I did. Make that call and lose up to a pound a day.
Now is the time to end the cycle of weight gain and frustration without packaged food or injections. You could lose 20 to 30 pounds in just 60 days and have the tools to keep it off long term. You can do the program in person or virtually from anywhere you live. Schedule your free consultation now at MadisonWeightLoss.com. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
There's a good chance if you watch sports, you're getting served information about hormone optimization. What does that even mean? Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health can tell you exactly what hormone optimization means. He will take your blood work and let you know if it's right for you. If you're feeling sluggish, not losing weight like you used to, you're not gaining muscle like you used to, or you just don't feel like yourself in most aspects of your life, go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. In fact, sign up for the 6-week experience so you can see everything that Carbon World Health has to offer, including hormone optimization. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. And it is simple. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Well, it's playoff time, and it's now or never. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with PrizePicks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. Can now win up to 1,000 times your money on PrizePicks. PrizePicks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. PrizePicks, the best way to win real money this football season. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions to real money. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
I'm a $10 cowboy.
Matt Hamilton, a 10-cent cowboy. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. You can get into the show, 844-770-3776. We have the new Carbless talk and text line. List is more, 844-770-3776. You can chime in and tell us why Rashawn Gary should be in the Hall of Fame, or not Hall of Fame, the Pro Bowl.
At this rate.
Yeah, at this rate. In the Pro Bowl.
Couple more Pro Bowl selections.
Yeah. He's on his way. It's added to his resume. Why he should be in the Pro Bowl. And also, New Year's resolutions. Yay or nay? 844-770-3776. We'll post that question at Jim, Matt, Molly. That is a Siding Unlimited poll question. We'll post that at Jim, Matt, Molly. Do you like New Year's resolutions? Yay or nay?
Yay.
I am anti-New Year's resolution. Mainly, like, what are we doing? We waiting around to the new year? Like, there's one thing that, like, the new year, new you, and if you want to try to, like, use that as a jumping off point to have some new markers, like, hey, I'm going to read a paragraph a day or whatever it is for the year. Like, those things I understand, but those are more like, hey, I'm just going to try to be, like, you do that multiple times throughout the year. That's why I'm anti-New Year's resolution.
Well, you
throughout,
should. If you're just like, hey, I really know a way that I can improve myself in my life, but I'm going to wait till January 1 to start.
Because under this, but that's my point. Like, 4th of July resolutions, people always just pick random. There's first of the month resolutions. Like, every month, there are people who are like, this is the month that I am going to lock in and not do this or not do that. And so the New Year's resolution thing kills me. Just like New Year's holiday, to me, is, I think, probably the least, like, for a drinking holiday or other holiday, it ain't it. There's so much of people who are like, we're not doing anything. Like, if you 4th of July, St. Patrick's Day, Halloween, like, everyone's involved. And obviously Halloween and, 4th of July and St. Patrick's Day being drinking holidays. Like, 4th of July, nobody's like, you know what, I'm not going to participate. It's too late. I'm not going to go out. It's too cold, whatever. Same with St. Patrick's Day. You're going to do something, have a green beer.
I mean, I don't necessarily know about.
But I know what you're saying.
But New Year's Eve, it is like, at a certain point, most people are like, you know what, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, especially in the Midwest. We're like, it's cold. I got to be out at midnight, or I got to have people over. I got to try to stay up. Like,
you think that's the vibe on New Year's?
I
Is
don't
that just like
and again,
the
it's my
father
circle
of two?
But it's my circle specific. But I don't know anyone who won out.
Really?
Yes, and I think that it becomes more common as you get older because I never really was a big New Year's person, anyways, as far as going out because it's like amateur hour. Everyone just goes and gets lit or insane.
Yeah.
But like 4th of July to me is the number one. Like if I'm drinking Coors Light and I want a drinking holiday, it's 4th of July. 4th of July is the number one party holiday in my opinion.
It's the perfect beer drinking weather, right? Like,
right.
Cold as heck outside is necessarily perfect.
You
beer
have
drinking.
to have. You agree with me? You have to have a larger percentage of the population participating in 4th of July over New Year's.
The cool thing about New Year's, though, this is a world holiday. Like, it slowly works its way across the globe. Everybody in the world is celebrating New Year's, which makes it a little cooler.
Okay, but they're celebrating from what, 7 p.m. through 1 a.m. your Central Time?
Oh, yeah, I mean...
It's not even like a set time.
Yeah, but if you start at 7, you can celebrate, like, the Pacific. You can celebrate each year.
Yeah, so
hour,
like,
even
which
each
New
time
Year
zone
do
gets
you
a New Year.
celebrate even?
Oh, obviously your own, but...
Really, I have a hard time, and maybe it's because on the East Coast, I have a hard time justifying, like, at least East Coast, that's the first American, right? That's the first American New Year. Like, if I'm going to do it, that's the one.
I mean...
Also because it's 11, not midnight.
My parents fooled me for years. We'd watch the ball drop. They'd change all the clocks in the house the night before. And we'd watch the ball drop, and all the clocks would say midnight, but it was always 11.
The Adam of Madison chimes in. Going out on New Year's is so overrated. It's just a normal Tuesday for me. I think that's part of it, too. It is a Tuesday, and not everyone has off on Wednesday. It's a Tuesday-Wednesday. Like,
This
is
year's
also
rough, yeah.
like this one's just almost everyone has to be back on work on that today. Like this is kind of back to a normal window here, especially kids are back at school. At least my kids are. Or we took them to school. I don't know if there was school. I'll tell you what, they needed to go. That was a thing. You don't have to go to school, but you can't stay
You
here.
gotta get the heck out of here.
Yeah. I believe they had school. They were ready. Everyone, you needed like a routine. Like I need, and I'm not like a normal like creature habit routine person, but even me, I was like, I need to have some structure in my day. And then we're on at noon today. So we're on at noon today. And it's obviously, it's because of the Sugar Bowl had to get moved. Tragic circumstances why the Sugar Bowl got moved a different time. But we are on today because of that, so the game is on later today. Ryan Psychedelic Advisor chimes in. I celebrated New Year's Eve last Saturday. That's not a bad idea either.
What?
New Year, like, I guess, is it
It's like the 28th.
But is that like Valentine's Day? Like my wife and I would never, and really our anniversary, unless it falls on a weekend, are almost never going to go to like a...
Right, but that's your holiday, like your birthday. No one else is celebrating it. It's not like New Year's Eve. All the shindigs are going to be on New Year's Eve if you're going. Like I understand, like if it's your holiday, your birthday, your anniversary, you can choose whenever the heck you want to celebrate it. This is a worldwide event. Give me one other holiday that you could think of that's worldwide as much as New Year's, because it doesn't matter what, ethnicity, race, whatever, you're celebrating. New Year's is a thing regardless of what you believe in. So, like, even Christmas isn't worldwide the way New Year's is. It's like the only holiday I can think of that's worldwide.
Well,
it's kind of cool. It's like the only one. It's a chance to ring in a new year. And again, I'm with you on the whole, like, the resolutions. You could do that anytime, but
can I point this
there's
out?
no better time to start than the start of the new year.
According to Google, these countries don't celebrate New Year according to the Gregorian calendar. That would be India, Iran, Ethiopia, China, Thailand, Nepal, Sri Lanka.
Okay, so 7.
Okay, but
out
then,
of 211
I would imagine
countries.
But Christmas is like every country is celebrating. Someone in that country.
Someone in that country is.
Yes.
But like more people are celebrating New Year's.
What do you mean by celebrating? Like more people, the year is flipping, but more people celebrate Christmas than they do the actual holiday of New Year's. More people are celebrating Christmas than going out or having a party for New Year's.
Right. Okay, then having a party. Correct.
Yes.
But like, even if you're just hanging out at your house, like you're doing an at-home party. I know you did with the girls. You probably bought them sparkling juice.
No, we didn't do anything.
No, get out of here.
We did the New Year's Day.
You are already training your kids to be curmudgeons.
No. We went and saw Mufasa earlier in the day.
Okay,
Was
cool.
that any good? It doesn't
I liked
look great.
it. I
Okay.
liked it. I
Okay.
enjoyed it.
I'm in on anything Lion King.
Really? Even the new like the fake live action sort of stuff?
I mean, it wasn't as nothing's gonna beat the animated Lion King, but it was still I found it entertaining.
Okay. A couple things first, and we'll get back to it. 608, or Vern in Waterloo chimes in. I think Wednesday night before Thanksgiving is a bigger drinking holiday than New Year's, especially for younger crowds. Like that's another one I would.
Yeah, Blackout
4th of July
Wednesday
and Blackout Wednesday.
Blackout Wednesday goes crazy.
Clearly in front of New Year's as far as like more participated in holidays.
It's funny too because I feel like I've already aged out of that. Wednesday.
JJ
right? It used to be the bowling alley at McFarland. It was the place to be. All these different grades of people. But after
the Junction Pub in Milton,
decade
Wisconsin,
of being
very hopping.
Yeah, after a decade of being out of high school, it's like I don't need to see these people again. I'm glad you're back for Thanksgiving. I don't care.
Yeah, I feel like New Year's is one of the many holidays that's been super commercialized in America, and it's sort of become a cultural holiday where it's like, oh, it's New Year's, like we got to do something, and that
I guess a
it's
little
just
bit.
how it is.
It's
a fake
the
holiday.
only thing that I have some major beef with on New Year's is the covers to get into like a bar party. $50 to drink carbonated pea water. Like, it's terrible. They're giving you, like, the most bottom barrel carbonated wine, and they're charging you, like, $50 to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Me and my friends were fortunate enough to find a bar that only charged $20 for us to get in.
Right.
Every other bar, it was at least $50. I saw some for $70. Or if you wanted to pay for the VIP package, you could pay $200 to have table service at a bar when you could just go to a restaurant or stay at home and buy 2 bottles of champagne and do the exact same thing. It's
get
absurd.
2 really nice bottles of champagne for $200.
No, I'd rather go to a crappy college bar and have some student who's staying here over break serve me all night instead. Apparently, that's what some people do.
That would make a lot more. Paying a cover in general is hard for me to do, especially like I lived in Florida for a while and like you had to pay covers to go to like legitimate places. Paying a cover for anywhere in Wisconsin, like I'm sorry, I could just go back a different day. Like it's not that. I don't need to be here on this day.
Yeah.
Also, I don't need to be here or be seen. It's not that important.
Like I understand it a little bit in like Chicago or New York or like a big city where there's not a lot of spots, but this is Wisconsin. There's a bar on every corner.
And
there's more bars than churches.
And we celebrate this. We celebrate dive bars. Like you'd have the same time, especially again adults. Like again after a certain age, you're gonna have the same time at a dive bar that you are at like the fancy place. Like you can go to the dive bar, be around good people, do the New Year drop, have some drinks, and enjoy yourself.
I'm a house party New Year's guy.
I would enjoy a house party.
That's my go-to move.
No, that would make more sense
as well.
We go have
dinner with a group of friends, and then we all mosey on over to the house party and get after it.
The JJ and Portnet chimed in. Chinese and Vietnamese New Year's are different among others. That accounts for half the world's population. So, fair point.
Okay, the Chinese, yes, there's Chinese New Year, but you're telling me that they didn't shoot off one firework yesterday. I don't believe it.
Ryan, Psychedelic Advisor, chimes in. I will agree. I will say they are strict there. Ryan, the Psychedelic Advisor, chimes in. I will agree with Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And Matt, you don't age out of anything. Age is a mindset. And also, Yard Possum says the night before Thanksgiving is 100% amateur hour.
Age is a mindset, man. You just got to, overcome it.
Do you expect less from my Psychedelic Advisor?
No, and honestly, he's not totally wrong. He's right. I don't want to deal with the crowds anymore. I don't want to deal with crowds of random people. If I'm going to be crowded somewhere, it's going to be in a house party with all my friends.
Yeah, all us youngins ruin it for you, Matt.
But then here's what happens.
A little bit.
You're gonna be
but
like,
here's the thing, it's your turn. Yep. I got to do it when I was your age.
Matt, you can chime in 844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talking text line. List is more. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. We are asking you, one, you can make the case. Nobody's called in on this to make the case for Rashawn Gary as a Pro Bowler. If you are new, if you're just tuning in, we're on because the Sugar Bowl is on later today. And then two, Rashawn Gary is a Pro Bowler. No lie. Not April Fools. And we'd like someone to justify it for us.
I know Lucas Van Ness is excited about it, right?
Yeah. A lot of people have thoughts on New Year's. Not a lot of defenses coming in for Rashawn Gary right now.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of defense on his own this year.
There's no defense for why Rashawn Gary is a Pro Bowler. But you can chime in on a lot of these different things. But also, I think New Year's Eve is the biggest amateur hour out there as far as the evening. You could go with the night before Thanksgiving. You also could go with, I don't think 4th of July is amateur hour. 4th of July is just great because it honestly involves everyone.
It is if you are a boater. amateur hour because everyone and their brothers out on the lake. It's a joke.
But it's also like the participation level of like you can go to the lake or go to the beach or have a barbecue and you can have
it's during the day.
Right. I'm saying you can have some Coors Light. The kids are around. Everyone's drinking responsible, but it's still a fun time. Kids can play ball or do whatever they want to do. It's Americana. But like those, like St. Patrick's Day is not quite to that level. But again, a lot of it's during the day, or at least there is festivities during the day. New Year's, because it times up at midnight, it just eliminates a lot of people. And Matt, I'll ask you this question before we go to break. Like, does your family, your parents celebrate it?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. They'll cook like a special meal and.
Well, because if as your family matures, like that would be my guess is that you're going to pay to have. One, you have to wake up hungover with a young child. That's one part of it. Are you going to pay to have a babysitter, which probably they'll charge you more?
Okay.
Or as opposed to like you could do kind of a get together with the fam.
Right, and that's what we used to do.
And
like
when I lived closer to my parents, we would do that too.
Right. When I was younger, we would do like surf and turf dinner and have it was a special night. My parents treated it special. Like we had the poppers.
Yeah.
Right? The little confetti poppers and stuff.
Yes. JJ and Fournette chimes in. My case for Sean Gary is who cares? And Adam Madison says St. Patrick's Day is when
I
the
never
real
thought about it that way.
pros get it done. Speaking of real pros who get it done, at Canopy Wealth Management, they are a fee-based advisory firm. They don't chase commissions and never back gimmicks or instruments that chase single-day returns or put your long-term goals at risk. The team at Canopy creates strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. Canopy Wealth Management, care, competence, and clarity aren't just buzzwords. They're a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started with them today. That's canopy-wealth.com. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hunter Vaughn here. Coming up after the holidays, our coverage of high school basketball will be in full swing. From rivalries to the postseason, we'll have some of the best teams and the top players from around the area right here on ESPN Madison. Along with listening to every game on ESPN Madison and Wisconsin On Demand, you can subscribe to the ESPN Madison YouTube page and watch every game live.
The number 7 just got a whole lot luckier because of Pizza Hut's $7 Deal Lovers menu. Enjoy all your Pizza Hut favorites from pizza, pasta, boneless wings, melts, cheese sticks, desserts, and so much more. All for $7 each when you buy 2 or more. With this lucky deal, you don't have to choose between great taste and great value. You can have both at Pizza Hut. Order on the app or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Me in the kitchen like a Simmons whipping pastry, cruising down A Street, off-white Lexus, driving so slow, but BK is from Texas. Me, I'm out that Bed-Stuy, home of that boy Biggie. Now I live on Billboard, and I brought my boys with me. Say what up to Tata, still sipping my top, sitting courtside, Nixon.
We are thrilled.
I be spiked out, I could trip a referee. Tell
Just
by
kidding.
my attitude.
We thought we were thrilled to be joined by Evan Cohen. That's his theme music. And I'll tell you what, Evan Cohen, I would guess, is not a big New Year's Eve person. He was on First Take recently, and that obviously can't go out on New Year's for that. But then also, he is in the heart of where New Year's Eve is in the United States. Like, if you think of New Year's Eve, you think of New York, right, Matt Hamilton?
I mean, yeah, that's where the ball drops. That's where the party is. Yeah, it's New Year's Eve in New York is the mecca for New Year's Eve.
Get into the show, 844-770-3776 on the Carbless Talk and text line. List is more. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, and we are presented by Coors Light. Molly Brown out with babies. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube page. Listen back, Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, and those great places. We're asking you to chime in and make the case on Rashawn Gary making the Pro Bowl. Tell us why he should. I mean, realistically, I don't know why they just didn't give it to Aiden Hutchinson. He had better numbers.
He can't play.
Rashawn Gary's not going to play in this, right?
I mean, hopefully, if the Packers make the Super Bowl, then yeah, he's not going to play in it. But like, he's playing in it if we lose in the first round to the Eagles or whoever we play.
Yeah, I honestly think this is bad for Rashawn Gary because now he's going to go down as like the guy who doesn't belong instead of like
maybe
the
in
snub.
your eyes.
You'd rather be the snub than the guy who gets in who doesn't belong. And we can, you know what? We can
no,
start.
I think the event itself is a lot of fun. Like, there's a lot of other things surrounding it. There's a lot of pomp and circumstance.
You didn't earn it.
So what? It's still gonna be fun.
Let's ask Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike. You can hear him on ESPN Madison weekday mornings. And Evan, we talked about Rashawn Gary, and we played earlier Mark Chmura's strong take that Rashawn Gary had no business being in the Pro Bowl. And I kind of think that this is bad for Rashawn Gary because he's now the poster child for the guy this year who doesn't belong in the Pro Bowl. But Matt says, hey, it's a party, and so if you're in, you're in, regardless if you belong or not. What is your take on Rashawn Gary in general, but also the idea of whether you've earned it or not, if you get invited, just go?
Well, I mean, I think this is a scary conversation in itself because theoretically the best teams – Super Bowl teams don't send guys to the Pro Bowl anyway because they're in the Super Bowl.
True.
And now you're thinking about the week of the Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's Rashawn Gary or anybody else, right? Like, this is the thing, and I'm glad you kind of walked me into this, Jim, because, and this is, I guess, more for Matt than it is you, Jim, but Matt is a Packers fan. Like, there is a sneaky conversation that's not being had right now, and I don't want to spin it negatively, but there's a really good chance, and this I'm talking about from a national perspective, there's a really good chance they're the 7th seed, a really good chance they're on the road at Philadelphia then as a result, and a really good chance they're one and done this year. Like, I don't know how that happened, but that's where we are, and now you're worrying about whether or not going to a Pro Bowl party or going to the Pro Bowl is really the thing.
I mean, yeah, that's the reality of it. Is I was just telling Jim before you got on, I was like, in all realness, the Packers probably aren't going to make it to the Super Bowl. They seem like they're close, but they still seem a step or two away from being that elite tier team that makes it to a Super Bowl and can compete. So, like, yeah, like, I wouldn't blame Rashawn Gary for thinking about the Pro Bowl because you're probably not going to have the opportunity to pass on it.
Yeah, but that's wow. I can't believe we're actually there though with this team. I really can't.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought this was going to go a little bit different. I didn't think the 7 seed, like when we kind of had it locked up, I was like, oh, we'll just keep Washington at arm's length, lock into that 6 seed, maybe the 5, and we'll go and play either the winner of the South or we'll play like the Rams in the West to start the playoffs. And I liked that road. This road seems a lot trickier.
Oh, there's no question about it. But I guess, Jim, are you asking the big picture question about the Pro Bowl? I guess re-ask that because I took that and ran with it on the Packers thing. So sorry about that. Go ahead.
And that's a great way to run with it. But basically, I had said that in the long run, Rashawn Gary from Packer fan base has been kind of lamented. Fans have been upset about him not getting sacks, not getting pressures, not really being much of a run stopper. And the fact that he's elected the Pro Bowl now shines a light on him of like, this is the guy that doesn't belong. And I think that's worse for Rashawn Gary and legacy or just overall thoughts on him than just being if he just didn't make the Pro Bowl. But Matt said, hey, if you're in, whether you've earned it or not, just go, and it's good for you regardless. And I sometimes think it's bad to be somewhere you didn't earn. And that was my question to you.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't earn something, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't take it. You know, like that's not apples to apples, but I refuse to play the lottery because I literally think it's bad luck because you didn't earn it if you win.
Hey, I mean,
I'm not kidding when I tell you that. Like, literally, I'm not kidding. I will not play the lottery. If you want to go play it, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. I'm saying I literally will not play the lottery because in my head, it's bad luck and I did not win. I mean, I did not earn it. Excuse me.
Interesting. I mean,
Matt's got lottery tickets fall out of his pocket.
Yeah, I would certainly take. I don't buy lottery tickets either, but I'd certainly take the money if I won somehow.
No, but a lot of people say if you win the lottery professionally, you then do the opposite of what you normally do. So in that case, Matt, would you show up for work?
Honestly, I would, but there would be signs that I won the lottery.
Like you wearing a ridiculous hat that everyone can see on ESPN Madison's YouTube page.
Or a faux fur coat, maybe.
Or a faux fur coat.
That'd be great if all of a sudden Matt wins the lottery and now he shows up every day. Like that's the thing.
Yeah. If I won the lottery, I'd be more likely to quit curling before I quit the radio.
Wait, actually, as we're talking about hats, Evan, you're not really a hat guy. I've never really seen you wear hats much.
No, I'm occasionally. Yeah, I'm a hat guy.
So, Matt, use the dazzling details and describe the hat that you're wearing.
I mean, okay, well, pure sex appeal, first of all. Let's start with that. Second of all, Evan, I've got this nice leather cowboy cap on. It fits just perfectly. It's not like oversized like Stetson 10-gallon cowboy hat.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, a little Indiana Jonesy, maybe a little. There's a snap on the side of it. I could go a little like Outback too.
Okay.
If
Steve
you want
Irwin.
to, but it's just a solid dark brown leather hat. It's gonna get some nice patina on it as this leather gets older. Like honestly, it's only going up from here. And Jim just can't handle my vibe, and he's just trying to make me feel bad about looking awesome.
No,
I think you're a leather cowboy hat kind of guy, actually. Yeah. Like I think it would be wrong if you weren't wearing a leather cowboy hat, actually.
I just really enjoy hats, and when I first busted this hat out, Jim's like, "When are you ever gonna wear that?" And I looked him dead in the eye.
Now.
I'm like, "Every single day, bud." So he did this to himself.
This is interesting. So I got into it with Tausch this week on Wildy and Tausch because somehow, some way, Tausch got sensitive about me saying he's not sensitive, right? Which is that's what actually triggered him. But when I said that, I think if you think about the ESPN Madison team, we have a very unique group of people that really, truly, not say they don't care what people think. Like, I think you and Tausch, don't care what people think. I think you wear these outfits that are comfortable to you, where Jim and I would be so nervous to wear them because we're scared of our own shadow and how people would approach us if we did this. But you are completely unfazed by this stuff.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
Well, Matt, I did
don't
give
get
you
me
a
wrong.
compliment.
Hold on. In high school, very self-conscious cat.
Okay, I think everyone is.
It took winning a
gold medal?
a junior world championship really helped me just come out of my box a little bit. I was like 19. I was like, this is what I am. I'm a curler. and I wanted to embrace it. And then I kind of just leaned into this, like, the goofier you look, like, it's peacocking, right?
Right. Well, Matt, I did give you the compliment that hat works for you. That would never work for me because you are confident in wearing it. I did say that for
That is
you.
true.
That
Yeah, you did say that.
The lack of confidence in me wearing a hat like that would reek off of me. Evan, is there, like, what's the most ridiculous hat? And maybe it's just the football helmet, but what's the most ridiculous hat you've ever worn?
Wow, Jim, really? Okay. All right, interesting.
If you say cheesehead, I'm having Riley hang up on you.
No, I did a bit once. So when I was working for Sirius, the listeners of our show at the time that I was working on for 12 years called FALS, F-A-L-S, and like we kind of made it into fans and listeners. And so during the pandemic, we did a Zoom, and we did a foul cam, and so I basically dressed as Cam Newton, and I wore like the cam, like I took one of my wife's hats and I put like a crazy bandana kind of thing on it, and was wearing like all kinds of jewels. So I did like a whole Cam Newton getup. It's basically the craziest hat that I did years ago at that point.
I like it. And how confident were you wearing it?
Well, I was in an apartment by myself with people on Zoom. So it's like I wouldn't wear it out of the house for a radio bit. But like a lot of people do things for radio bits. I've seen Jim Rutledge do a show in a tight tank top and a mustache. And by tight tank top, I don't mean the jersey. I mean things like, how do I say, what is it called now?
The undershirt,
white tank top. Yeah, the undershirt. I don't want to say anything inappropriate, obviously. But yeah, so I mean, I think for radio bits, like people can do things in a way that's a little bit different.
We forced Jim out of his shell a long time ago, maybe even pre Rutledge and Hamilton. We convinced Jim to go to a Badger basketball game wearing a robe.
I did, yeah, that's right.
And he got nothing but compliments all night
like
on
a robe guy. I think you are a robe guy. I actually like that for you.
I wish I was. They're a great partner, and they're no longer on, but I have a hotel red robe because that's where my wife and I went after our wedding, and they gave us really nice robes. Mine is pristine because I wear it so, even though that is the robe I did wear to the Badger game. But yes.
And
also,
compliments
I think we should
galore on
coin
it.
the shirt that Evan is talking about, just the diehard Bruce Willis shirt.
Oh, yeah.
That's
100%.
just what it is.
Wait, what are the best? Wait, can we talk about the best Madison businesses that have gone out of business? Because Hotel Red, when I was back in September, and I was like looking up hotels, I'm like, oh, I got to stay there. I didn't know it wasn't there anymore.
Yes.
Do you remember? Boy, this is going to be good if people remember this. There was like a convenient copy store back in the day on State Street called The Den. Does anyone remember this?
No.
No? Okay, somebody listening right now on ESPN Madison will remember it. It was literally across from the Towers, which is a dorm where I used to live, but the student radio station was in the building across from it. So there was this place. It's literally right across from State Street Brats. And there was this place called The Den, and they had candy and soda, and like you can make photocopies there. I would go back, which at that point, back in my day, was a big thing, and I would go back and forth to that place about 1,000 times because anything I need, I would be at the student radio station all day long, and that place was amazing. I know that's probably not the first place people think of that went out of business in Madison, but that place was huge for me. Somebody listening will remember The Den. I promise you.
All right, you can chime in 844-770-3776 on the Carbless Talking text line. List is more. I would say the Coliseum Bar and the Stadium Bar are two landmarks in Madison. Stadium Bar being near Camp Randall Stadium, and Coliseum, Riley agrees, near the Alliant Energy Center. Both
do you remember Bullwinkles? Did anybody ever go to Bullwinkles back in the day?
That's the UU now, Evan. I was telling my dad about that. He loves Bullwinkle, or he loved Bullwinkles back when he was here, but now it's the UU. It's a new bar.
The UU? Bullwinkles was like the first bar club that I ever went to as a freshman to go out. Is the State still there? Down, like, near the Capitol?
No, I don't think so. The State?
Wow. Yeah, the State.
I haven't heard of
that.
that.
These are big places. Stillwater's? Stillwater's is a big place to go out.
Stillwater's,
Don't think so.
That was our friend, I believe that's our friend David Deerfield. That's the place that he used to own. And that's why I'm double checking here. But he was a bar owner that Stillwater's, I believe, was his spot. And I believe that's the Nestor Rodriguez from Carbon World Health. He was a bouncer there. There's Good Karma stories to Stillwater as well. And Dave and Deerfield, a regular listener, used to own Stillwater. So that is definitely on the list as well. You can chime in on that, 844-770-3776. What is your favorite closed establishment in Madison? Hotel would definitely be up there.
There's like a breakfast diner. I can't remember the name. I want to say Mickey's.
Oh, Mickey's is not in business anymore?
That's still
No, Mickey's is still there.
Yeah.
The one right on Monroe and Regent?
Mickey's Dairy Bar.
Yeah, Mickey's Dairy Bar.
Mickey's Dairy Bar.
Yeah, that's still there.
Yeah.
That is still there?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
my goodness.
It's awesome.
Great stuff, man.
Oh, my
Hey,
God.
bring it in.
Hey, no. I thought that was gone. I haven't been there for ages.
So Essen House,
Matt,
still in
Matt
business.
is going
Temporarily
to- Matt's
closed.
just going to name businesses that still exist.
Yeah, don't you Google
Temporarily
somewhere.
closed.
If it pops
I was
up.
trying to find it. I was like, I know it's here. I know it was here, but I thought it was gone. And now it's temporarily closed. So maybe
man.
just the New Year thing.
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably just like maybe a remodel sort of thing there. Yeah, it is definitely open.
Well, I'm glad it's still there. It's one of my favorite breakfast spots.
Clearly.
It was when I lived closer to downtown.
When was that?
When I was young. When the Badgers beat Ohio State. When they
10
were ranked
years,
number
11
one.
years ago?
Yeah, it might have been about a decade ago.
Goodness gracious.
Thanks, Riley. That was a good timing for that one.
Brett and Madison chiming in. Summer volleyball at Stadium View was a blast. The loss of Stadium View is crushing for Madison. That is a bummer. It is housing now, which is great for the people who live there, but less great for everyone that love going there. I remember watching Russell Wilson and the Badgers lose to the Oregon Ducks at Stadium Bar. We were doing some stuff with our friends at Coors Light and had a great time there. But it is what it is. Evan, I want to get to the Packers stuff just for a minute. Jair Alexander is very interesting. There was and this has happened before with David Bakhtiari. I don't know if this is the Packers thing or if this is just bad luck with two different players, but the whole ambiguity on a national level looking in with one of he sometimes practiced and then couldn't practice, and there seems to be pushback between Coach LaFleur, thought maybe he could play, and then Jair doesn't want to play through pain, and now there's surgery. Do you think Jair Alexander is done with the Packers? And this overall, what do you make of this whole situation?
But I have to ask a question in return on this.
Yeah.
Didn't we think he was done with the Packers last year?
Yes. Well, after his pretend captain?
Yeah.
Yes. I am the captain now? Yeah, that didn't work out well.
Well,
yeah.
He redeemed himself in the Cowboys game a little bit.
True.
In Packer fans' eyes. Maybe not.
But I guess the point that I'm making is if this is now year 2, right? Year 2 of this exact conversation, then my answer is yes, he's done. Because I don't see how you get a second year of the same thing that we did a year ago, of wondering whether or not he's back. To me, that's how I look at this, is that I don't look at the opportunity. Okay, he had your reprieve. You kissed and made up with the organization. Once that happens, I just don't see how you get a second year of that. Do you? Are there any examples of I guess Aaron Rodgers kind of got a second year of that a little bit, but not really. I just think that this is over now at this point. And I don't think in any way, shape, or form that the Green Bay Packers should look at him and think that he's not a guy that they can't figure out a way of replacing. I'm still high on their talent evaluation and acquisition process. I understand that many people right now would not be, especially based on what we were talking about as the 7th seed. But yeah, he's done.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. Just he's clearly still talented. The guy can ball, but he just seems to be made of glass, and that there's an attitude there which when you're winning and he's on your side and it feels like he's on your side, great attitude to have on your team. But when it's not going right, it's easy to turn on a guy that has that kind of showboat attitude. And I just kind of think that's where we're at with
I don't think the
7
team
games
is
I think he's
turned
played
on
this
him,
year.
though.
No, but the fans have.
Yes.
7 games this year is just not enough to justify what we're paying him, and kind of similar, like you said, Aaron Rodgers, the antics that are going on behind the scenes. Now, they're not as loud and in your face. I wish Jair would go on McAfee every Tuesday to talk about what was ailing him, but he's not. He probably learned something from Aaron there, but the lack of clarity until weeks 17, 18 with LaFleur and Jair has been painstaking, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree, because I didn't realize this was still an issue every day because I'm not following it as closely as obviously you guys are from a national perspective.
Yep.
Until all of a sudden, like I see the news yesterday, and I'm like, okay, well, this is still going on somehow. Where that's an odd thing to think that this is still going on.
All right, last question is Packer adjacent, but Matt did bring up Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers said he might be done. This could be his last game coming up here. Do you think Aaron Rodgers is done with the NFL, or is the NFL done with Aaron Rodgers after this season?
Let me ask you a question in return because it's going to depend on how I answer this in some ways.
I like it.
Did you think the NFL was done with Belichick or Belichick was done with the NFL?
I think the NFL was done with Belichick.
Yeah, I kind of get that vibe too.
I think a lot of people believe that. And there's a reporter by the name of Tom Curran who covers the Patriots. And I'm going to clean it up. But he basically said what Belichick did was, and this is Curran as Belichick, saying, oh, screw me? No, screw you. I'm going to get out of here first.
Yeah.
And I wonder, because I think a team would have hired Belichick and still will try to. I wonder if this is the preemptive strike of Rodgers. Oh, screw me? You don't like my antics? Screw you. I'm done with you. You're not going to cut me, Jets. You're not going to say no to me, Tennessee Titans and New Orleans Saints. Screw you. I'm out of here first. I think the retirement angle of Rodgers is something that we've maybe underplayed in a weird way because he has given us so many other things this year, including yesterday, saying the last 2 years are the best 2 years of his life. I understand that, Jim, you and I both have probably been accused, rightfully so, of caring too much about the work and letting the work affect everything in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't understand when your work is at the worst it's ever been to think that those 2 years personally could be the two best years of your life. Like, I don't understand how a human being can separate it to that extent. Right, when he's saying that. Like, these are the words. Like, let's not get it twisted. I am not a fan. I'm not hating on the guy. He's a first-ballot Hall of Famer. If you don't vote for Aaron Rodgers for the Hall of Fame, you should have your vote taken away. It's freaking crazy to think otherwise. But I don't understand how he could say the last 2 years are the best 2 years of his life, like you said yesterday, considering professionally what's going on in his life. And I say that to say he gives us so many other things to talk about, like that comment I just made, that I don't think we've spent enough time saying, maybe this is just it. Maybe he's come to peace with the idea, like, this is not for him anymore. And maybe people in the NFL don't really want him around, and maybe he doesn't really like the people in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like that awkward breakup where he's just like, he knows it's coming. He's like, wait, let me stop you right there. I'm breaking up with you.
But Matt, in this case, I think it's way before that could even happen because if you think about it, I kind of look at this and say we're talking about what's going on in, March? Late February, March? Like, he won't do this, I don't think, but there's a chance he could potentially walk away Monday.
Yeah.
Like, that's not
He
off
probably
the
needs
board,
a week in the
is it?
darkness to think about it, but
Yeah, but I'm saying, is it 100% off the board that he walks away on Monday?
No, he'll drag it out because he's going to keep the attention.
So you think it's off the board?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think it is.
Okay.
No,
You don't
because
think it's off
he's
the
going to
board?
drag it out and be the center of attention for at least another month or two when they're like, what's he going to do?
That's
Is
the
he going
most
to go
likely.
here? Is he going to go there? That's Aaron Rodgers' MO. It's like, how can I...
By the way, Matt, I don't
pull-
think Jim nor I are disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
I think what we're saying is it's not 100% off the board, that he's already made up his mind, and he's telling us on Monday. Jim, I don't want to speak for you, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think either of us are saying that is going to happen or is likely to happen. I just don't think you could put it at a 0% chance of that.
Agreed. And Matt,
so
for the
out of
same
character
reason. Well,
for
here's
him
the
to do
character
that?
for it. He makes the first couple rounds and maybe the entire postseason about him. If he walks away right away.
If he walks away right away, you're going to have 2 weeks about talking about Aaron Rodgers and his legacy, and then everybody's going to be, as Bill Belichick says, on to Cincinnati.
True, but he's also going to then do what he said he was going to do, which he never does, but maybe he'll do once. Of like, I'll disappear and you'll never hear from me again.
Hey.
There is, but and can I say something?
Yep.
Well, obviously. Why would I ask that question? What a terrible question to ask.
Please,
You know
Evan,
what?
enlighten us with
Yeah.
what you have to say.
So here's the odd part of this. I would love to never hear from him again, except if it's about football. And what I think is underrated and that's not a stick, just shut up and dribble. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if he had credible, interesting points on whatever it is that he is, like there are many people out there that I would disagree with that I would listen to in the way in which they're conveying different points, right? I love Stephen A. Stephen A. every single day in life and in sports brings up things that I agree with or disagree with, and I want to hear more of it. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, there are things that he said recently, like, I'm not sure I agree with that. There's other things I do agree with it. Good. Give me more. I'm interested, right? Rodgers, I'm kind of like, I feel like he's a contrarian for sake of contrarian's sake. What I think is actually become underrated is when he just talks about this sport, he's actually pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's capable of just talking about the sport or interested in just talking about the sport.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Evan, awesome stuff. We really appreciate it.
Hold on, we never asked him if he was into New Year's.
Okay.
Or New Year's resolutions.
Okay. This was worth pushing the clock even back further. All right, go ask him.
Real quick. New Year's, do you celebrate?
I was asleep probably at 10 o'clock, then got woken up because my wife and kids were flying home from Florida, and their flight was delayed, so I got all nervous. But no, I don't celebrate because I had to go to sleep early because, I was doing First Take yesterday. No big deal. Anyway.
Which I did mention to you.
Yeah, no, I know. It wasn't necessarily just yesterday. I was curious at his
what
overall
did you think,
take.
Jim? I'm sure you watched the whole thing. Go ahead.
I thought you did a fantastic job. I love the photo that you posted on Instagram. I thought that was great.
It's a nice suit.
Wow. Jim Rutledge
nice outfit.
did not watch me on First Take.
But at least I'm
20 years.
Yeah.
20 years of supporting this guy.
Yeah,
I give him one opportunity to support me, and he turns it down.
True.
That is interesting.
At least I was honest about it. I wasn't going to try to fake it.
I would have faked it.
I know you would have. But I was right. There's no way that Evan's a New Year's guy.
Yeah.
Even though you're in New York.
But I'm in New York. That's even less of a reason. Like I'm in Times Square. I was in Times Square every day for 12 years. Like working right near there. I don't need to go to Times Square for New Year's Eve. No, thank you.
Look, I'm with you. I think I was asleep before you were, and I didn't have to get up in the morning. So I was just tired. So
I think the ESPN Madison audience was hoping you didn't get up today.
Jeez. Matt was for sure.
Solo show for Matt Hamilton.
Yes, that's what everyone wants. That'd be great.
Oh my, yeah,
Yo, that would be amazing.
I'm ready.
Jim.
Yeah.
Jim. Next time he shows up late or doesn't show up when he's supposed to, the quote-unquote penalty is he does an hour by himself. No producer chime in, no
segment?
co-host, no calls, nope, full hour. No reading of tweets, full hour, Hamilton solo. Seriously, you cannot, Primetime can't speak, Riley can't speak, no audio, no calls, no tweets, nothing. Hamilton solo, 1 hour.
I just picture Wayne's World when they cut to Wayne, and he has.
Oh, no guess. No guess.
He has to talk. It's just
Matt, what do you
staring.
think? What do you think on a day like where you're like, yeah, I'll be there, and then all of a sudden you forget and you don't show up theoretically? How about that as the penalty? And by the way, Jim has to sit in studio as this is happening, not saying a word, just watching you.
Honestly, my hands are getting clammy just thinking about it. I don't like it.
Hell no. To the no.
There you go.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, that's terrifying, to be honest. Like a segment, I think I can handle it. And it would be a short segment. It would be like top of the hour, we got to get out. But I could not do an hour.
So the next segment you could handle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could probably do the next segment.
Riley's apoplectic back there at this point. So, Evan, thank you so much for hopping on. We
Sorry,
got to get the
guys.
break. No,
All right,
it's
bye.
great. Matt took it even longer. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you, Evan.
All right, Matt, get out of here because we got a minute to win it. I got to get callers for it. Riley, I got a category. Did you have one or you?
Yeah, I got a category.
Okay, then we'll use your category. Let Matt get out of here first. I pulled one up real quick, but we can go with yours.
Alrighty, so we have the 9 NFL teams with 4 or more Pro Bowlers.
Okay.
And I think it's pretty tough. I'd set the line no greater than 6.5.
Okay.
For Matt.
So
that might be too high.
Yeah, let's go. Let's be generous. We'll go 4.5.
Okay.
New year. We'll be generous. All right, and then what caller should we do?
Let's go. Got 9. So let's square root that. Caller 3.
Caller 3 and 9. Yep. All right. 844-770-3776. Caller number 3 and caller number 9. You're at least going to get a $25 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. It could be a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse if you get the right over-under with Matt Hamilton. This is presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Caller number 3 and caller number 9, 844-770-3776. You are winners of at least a $25 gift card to North and South. Maybe it is even a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. 844-770-3776. Caller number 3, caller number 9. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. New year, new challenge. Top-ranked Wisconsin women's hockey facing second-ranked Ohio State to begin 2025. A Thursday night game in Madison, followed by a Saturday afternoon showdown in Chicago at Wrigley Field. Forward Layla Edwards on the upcoming battle with the Buckeyes.
They always are one of the toughest teams to play against, so it'll be a good test to see how we can handle playing against such a good team coming off a break and then in Wrigley Field. We'll learn a lot from it and use it to advance after.
7 p.m. puck drop on Thursday, 4:30 on Saturday.
Pella can make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years at PellaWI.com.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Oh yeah, round and round, round they go. I get around, Still clown with the underground.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Keeping this segment tight because we went way over. So we're going to jump right into Minute to Win It. Before we get to it, while this music plays, I'll tell you about North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. 3 great locations in the Madison area. One in Verona. My family's coming to town next week, and I guarantee we're going to be at that one. There is one in DeForest, and there's one in Madison. All 3 great locations. All are going to give you a great family-friendly experience. Amazing seafood. Outstanding brisket and barbecue, and it's all family and locally owned. North-South Seafood and Smokehouse. You can have them cater. You can have it delivered. You can carry it out, or you can eat there. All great options. And let's get to Minute to Win It, presented by North and South.
Will they beat the odds?
I say everything with pure confidence, whether I think I'm totally right or not.
Or crumble under pressure?
I legitimately know one of these. I legitimately have one.
This is the Minute to Win It, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, with 3 locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona.
Alrighty, Matt. Your category today is NFL teams that have 4 or more Pro Bowlers in the 2025 Pro Bowl. Are you ready to go?
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to filibuster to try
Go.
to think about.
Fire it. Go.
Alrighty. Time starts now.
The Lions. The Vikings. I don't think the Packers do. Let's go with the Chiefs. Who else is doing super duper good right now? Maybe the Rams? Not super duper good. Okay, that was a long shot. Eagles. Maybe someone. The Texans? Okay. Who else do I like? I don't think Seattle does. How about Washington? Okay. Let's see. Who else is doing super duper good right now?
How's it happen in a minute?
We had the halfway bell. Let's go. The Cowboys.
Well, Matt.
Yeah.
They are. They do have. They're on the list.
The Cowboys are? I hit it.
Yeah, I see Dallas on here.
I got buzzer.
Oh, yep, you're right.
So
that's the second time I misread this. In Minute to Win It.
You got over though because we were generous. We set the line at 4.5.
Okay.
You got 6, but even if we had set it at 5.5, which is we were debating, you would have gotten over as well with that Dallas hit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Whew.
There you go.
Last second.
All right,
that was bad because I was like, no way. It's
So-
Micah Parsons for sure, but like I couldn't think of anyone else.
CeeDee Lamb, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, CD.
Yep. And then I don't know.
Yeah, I believe they had 5 members go to the Pro Bowl.
Okay.
But congratulations to Rick and Madison. He was stuck with the over. Ryan, the psychedelic advisor, called in first, and he went with the under. He did not believe in you.
Hey, I walked into the booth when you were on the phone with him, and I told him what I thought.
Yeah, and
when
he heard
said,
you.
When
He
you
heard
said
you.
he took the under, I walked out of the room screaming, "Idiot!"
He agreed. He agreed as well. So
Well-
take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, $25 is still better than $0, but it's not as good as $50.
That is true. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Here to tell you about Zimbrick European.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Celebrations Entertainment. Complete event services for weddings, corporate events, nonprofit events, outdoor movies, casino nights, and much more. Go to celebrationsentertainment.com to get started today. The NFL announced the Pro Bowl selections this morning, and the Green Bay Packers will be sending 3 players to Camping World Stadium in Orlando. Running back Josh Jacobs will be appearing in his 3rd Pro Bowl, while defensive ends Rashawn Gary and safety Xavier McKinney earned their 1st selections. Additionally, guard Elton Jenkins was voted a 1st alternate. Quarterback Jordan Love, defensive lineman Kenny Clark, return specialist Keyshawn Nixon, tight end Tucker Kraft, center Josh Myers, and quarterback Jair Alexander are also alternates. And in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks are playing host to the Brooklyn Nets tonight. Tip-off from Fiserv Forum is slated for 7 p.m. with pregame coverage beginning at 6:30. Right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. Second hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly coming your way next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
It's her.
I'm the flower, it's
Mister.
It's kind of a roller coaster. Sports is a roller coaster.
Matt, the sports fan version of Matt is way more relatable than the sports fan version of Jim Rutledge or me. You're thinking like a radio host, which means a hardcore radio and sports person. Matt's thinking like somebody that has a job doing something else that also likes sports.
That's Matt's whole charm.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I got the power.
Amazing, Riley. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube. Matt Hamilton wearing. Are you all right there, Matt?
I mean, I just want him to cut that now so we can just do it instead of the actual song.
I think maybe that has to happen there. Matt Hamilton in his real faux fur, and his Indiana Jones hat.
Do you want me to snap it up and we can go Crocodile Dundee?
Or Crocodile Dundee. Or do we go with Steve Irwin?
Better?
No. You gotta have both up. Otherwise.
This is more. You can't do both. It's only one side.
I like
it's
the
Crocodile
Outback
Dundee.
look, personally. I like that.
Here's the thing. I'm worried about the bend on the bill.
But why do you button those?
I honestly have no idea why that's like a look in the Outback. Like the one side.
The only thing I could think of would be like if you're like on one of those little like airboats with the big fan that pushes you around. Like, is it too much wind power and you can lose your hat if you got that
you
wind
just put up
surface
one half
area?
of it?
It'll catch and
I
maybe.
mean, first of all, I don't think there's a ton of airboats in the Outback. I thought that was like an Everglades thing.
I don't know. You're riding a horse? Do you ride horses in the Outback?
Yeah, probably.
Why are there buttons on a?
We're gonna figure this out. Let's dive deep. But even Crocodile Dundee didn't have the one side.
A button on a cowboy hat is primarily a function feature designed to help secure a hat in a windy condition by allowing you to attach the hat strings to a button on your coat or lapel.
Oh, see, that's not
preventing it from blowing away.
See, I've got like a strap that goes like under the chin if I want to keep my hat on. I don't know what the button on the side of it to like flip up half the brim. I thought it was just like a style choice.
I think that still doesn't make sense.
You know what I mean? Because there's no button on like the strap to keep the hat on. There's a strap, but like doing this is not going to make it that much less like catch wind.
All right, any Cowboys listening, you can chime in.
Yeah, giddy up,
and
partner.
tell us why. Now here,
so good.
according to Quora, I don't know what this is. QUROA.
Yeah.
It says mostly because of movies and fashion. Then
yeah, that's kind of what I thought it was.
But I don't like buttons. I'm not a big button person, anyways. Like I hate jackets with extra buttons. Like the button on a hat would be a no-go for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it. I understand it's probably the more realistic way, but I don't like buttons. I'm just not a button guy.
You're not like a snap button shirt?
No.
Like those button-up flannels with the pearl snaps? Oh, my gosh. They're elite.
No. I like
elite
actual button.
Flannel shirt or like plaid shirt or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's not. I don't like that. I don't like buttons. Not a button guy. 844-770-3776. Are you a button guy?
Or gal.
Or gal. The Cardinals Talking Text line list is more. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We have been treating the clock very disrespectful, so we're going to go to break in a second. But why are we on, you might ask yourself? That's because the Sugar Bowl's coming up a little bit later. So we take you to KBN, and then KBN takes you to the Sugar Bowl here on ESPN Madison. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owns. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion, or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Listen to Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on 100.5 ESPN.
Matt LaFleur, I would really love to see him level out and be more even-keeled. Every time the camera pans over, it looks like somebody stole his dog. I don't know what else to tell you.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by Grassland Dairy, Home and Lindsay Paints, Coors Light, Made to Chill, and American Family Insurance.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's always pressure. You got to find ways to deal with that pressure and handle as best you can to be the best.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
Obviously, there's going to be things that turn up along the way. You got to be able to adjust.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
The selections for the 2025 Pro Bowl games have been announced, and 3 Packers have made the cut. Running back Josh Jacobs joins the Eagles' Saquon Barkley and the Lions' Jahmyr Gibbs as a running back selection for the NFC. And on defense, Xavier McKinney is the NFC's free safety, while defensive end Rashawn Gary makes the cut, joined by Nick Bosa of the 49ers and Micah Parsons of the Cowboys. This is the 3rd time Josh Jacobs has been selected to the Pro Bowl, while it is the first selection for both McKinney and Rashawn Gary. The Pro Bowl games begin January 30th in Orlando. I'm Alex Strofe.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Are you frustrated because you can't seem to lose that unwanted weight or keep it off long term? It may not be your fault. Your metabolism might be sabotaging your results. We found that clients on average had a metabolic age 27 years older than their actual age. If that's you, how much harder would it be to lose or maintain your weight? At Madison Weight Loss, our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good. To learn how our clients on average lowered their metabolic age by 17 years, go to MadisonWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson, and everyone's always looking for ways to be healthier and lose weight as we start a new year. Contact the team at Madison Weight Loss. Do what I did. Make that call and lose up to £1 pound a day.
Now is the time to end the cycle of weight gain and frustration. You could lose 20 to 30 pounds in 60 days and be empowered with the proven tools to keep it off once and for all. You can do the program in person or virtually from anywhere you live. Schedule your free consultation now at MadisonWeightLoss.com. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary. necessary. Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. They are Madison's custom jeweler. They are Madison's family-owned jeweler. Local custom jewelry. They've established their name on it, and they have grown that brand to be viewed as one of the best jewelers in the area, best jeweler in the state. Chalmers Jewelers, go find them, whether it's a ball watch. They have some Rolexes there, custom jewelry. So many great options at Chalmers Jewelers.
The Graham watch, too.
The Graham watch.
Yeah,
is
that
great.
was very cool. They have a chronograph Graham watch that, if you're into watches, it's worth going just to check it out because it's amazing. It was beautiful when they brought it in.
Yes, beautiful is a great word for that. Matt Hamilton, so is your hat, Matt.
Thanks, Jim. That's all I was waiting for. Now I don't have to wear it anymore. Thanks for admitting that it's beautiful.
Finally give you the out you were looking for.
Yeah, that's all I needed.
Let's get into Molly's game.
Hi. I am looking for Molly. I've been searching everywhere and I can't seem to find Molly.
This is Molly's Game, hosted by America's favorite bookie, Molly Brown.
Alrighty, I am not America's favorite bookie.
You're America's favorite Riley, though.
We'll take that. America's favorite Riley playing Molly's Game today. We're starting with a couple lines from the All-State Sugar Bowl, which will be on our airwaves at 3 p.m. I got a little Notre Dame shirt on today as well. Over under 45.5 total points between Notre Dame and Georgia today.
Is Georgia's quarterback out?
Mm-hmm. They're on their backup quarterback.
Who played well, though.
Gunnar Stockton,
Yeah.
I think is his name. He looked better than Carson Beck did,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Carson Beck going pro.
Right. I feel like you got to go over there.
I'm going to go over 2. But I do think Notre Dame's got a good defense, but I think Georgia just in general. These are 2 good teams, and they're just going to put up some points.
Okay. One more
Wait,
line.
what was the line? One more time.
45.5.
45.5.
Oh, it's going to be 46 RIP Georgia.
There you go.
Okay. Sounds good. One more line from the Sugar Bowl today. Notre Dame is a 1-point favorite, according to ESPN Bet.
Okay.
Are you taking the Irish at -1? Or are you taking the Dogs?
I'm going to be honest. Outside of the Big Ten, the Irish might be my least favorite team in college football.
Wow.
Really?
I just think they think they're too good for themselves. Like, we can't be a part of a division. We're Notre Dame. Tradition. Yada, yada. It's like, come on. You guys are so stuck up your own butt, sniffing your own farts that I just can't even deal with it. So, down with Notre Dame. I'll take Georgia and the point.
Okay.
I don't have any strong thoughts on
Fart
Notre Dame.
sniffers.
You know what? I used to have some issues. I used to not be Notre Dame guy when it was and it was so inappropriate now, but they made a 30 for 30 on it. The Catholics
versus convicts.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was kind of messed up. And
Notre Dame, Miami. That's the
he's
shirt.
wearing the shirt today. I love it. And
Are you really?
It's not. My
right,
brother
you can see
actually.
it on the ESPN Madison YouTube feed. Yep.
Notre Dame, Miami. He actually got one of the shirts for Christmas that says the Catholics versus convicts. He loved the 30 for 30. He's big. He also got a Tulane hoodie. One of my younger brothers. Just a big college football guy.
Yeah.
Loves
And
the history.
You have to get the scouting report on the Badgers' new D lineman.
Elaborate for our fans who don't know, but who won that game?
There was more than one, wasn't it?
Yeah, there were several.
couple, yes.
It was a series, I guess you could say.
Well, was there a winner of the series? For those who don't know.
I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure Miami got the best of them in the end. I'm not 100% sure, actually.
Okay.
So the Catholics versus convicts was specifically about the 1988 game.
Okay.
And it was 31-30, the Catholics won.
Okay.
So
Let's go.
Again, also not fair at all. So we're not condoning the nightmare. I'm sure Miami's got a lot of really good people on that team, and probably everyone on Notre Dame is not Catholic. So it's all fine and dandy. It was a fun little turn of phrase.
Yeah. It was like the Mullets versus Mormons,
Yes.
Coastal Carolina
Yes.
versus BYU.
I like that.
Yeah. So, but also I remember being a big Florida State fan. Florida State and Notre Dame had a great rivalry too. But you know what? I like Freeman, the coach of Notre Dame, and I'm inspired by Ohio State beating the snot out of the Oregon Ducks, which I was not expecting.
Me neither.
So I'm gonna be surprised because normally I'd pick against Notre Dame. They usually are outclassed in these games. I think they're going to win.
All right.
Okay, nice.
Hey,
And
I like it when we don't agree on everything.
Yeah, I feel like this year's Georgia also is not the Georgia of years past where they're just beating the snot out of everyone.
They don't have the offense, but it's still Georgia defense.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, Eric Stokes.
Leonard Riley.
Quay Walker.
Hey, they were good in the college system.
Yeah. Last one. Moving on to the Packers-Bears game this Sunday. It's a simple one. Packers, 10-point favorite over the Chicago Bears, according to ESPN Bet. Are you taking the Packers at -10, or do you like the Chicago Bears to cover?
You know what? I'm going to go big. I'm going to say the Bears are going to cover. I think there's going to be one, the Packers are going to sit anyone that's at all remotely close to hurt. And so, two, their secondary is pretty beat up, which means I think, was it Zion Anderson? Like, I don't think he's going to play. He's got a concussion.
Yeah, he got rocked.
He's in the concussion protocol, so, Matt, you might get a call to play safety.
Nice.
I would imagine the Bears are going to try to just play to keep it tight. And, I think putting Love out there exposed for a lot of passes is probably not something LaFleur wants to do either. And even if let's say the Packers, here's the other part. I'm not even saying the Bears necessarily won't keep it close, just straight ahead. The Packers get up 14 points, going even 17 points going to the fourth quarter, they're going to sit everyone. Like if they build that lead, they're going to sit everyone. And I think the Bears can at least make it within 10 against the backup. So I would go under just because I feel like if the game gets out of hand, Packers will sit people, and otherwise it could be a tight one.
Honestly, I was kind of leaning that way too, but Packers are going to drill them, and when the backups come in, they're still going to drill them. So I'll take the Packers minus.
Despite that Caleb Williams is better against the NFC North than Jordan Love?
Yes.
And the Packers have won,
despite that,
winning the NFC North, and it was on a blocked field goal.
Just because Caleb Williams is excited to play football doesn't mean everyone on that 53-man roster is going to be. I think the Bears are a little deflated as is. So, sure, they're going to play to keep it close, but, they don't even want to win as a franchise because they know that hurts their draft position. So, I just can't see it. I think it's going to get a little bit out of hand, and then you're going to see a lot of deflated football with Tom Brady on the field.
All righty. That's all I got. That's it for
Hey, like that little deflate game.
for Riley's game today.
All right. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll throw some stones.
Brown here for Potawatomi. Hey, all you sports bettors, if you aren't making your wagers at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you're missing out on an elite experience. The state-of-the-art venue has dozens of self-service betting kiosks, seating for over 200 people, a first-class bar and restaurant, VIP deck, and a broadcast booth, which we're big fans of. In a major move for all sports bettors out there, you can now use your Potawatomi rewards card at most self-service kiosks and the betting counter. If that isn't enough for you, there's a giant video wall that's over 2,000 square feet. And if you're short on time, they have free 20-minute reserved structure parking. Bet on your favorite sports and earn rewards points along the way. Now that's a winning play. Bet above the rest. Learn more at paysbig.com/sportsbook.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Life's busy, and Quick Trip gets it. Whether you're grabbing fresh coffee, a bakery treat, or a quick meal, Quick Trip is your go-to for quality and fast service. From clean restrooms to fresh groceries, easy meal options, and guaranteed fuel, we make your day easier. Plus, enjoy perks like free ATMs, free air for your tires, and sweet rewards with the Quick Rewards program. Everything you need in one stop, and always a friendly, see you next time, Quick Trip, where your day gets easier and better.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison wants you to start the year behind the wheel of a brand new ride in our Road to the Motherlode giveaway. On Friday, January 31st, there are lots of opportunities for you to strike gold. 3 winners will be chosen every half hour from 6 p.m. until 9:30, with each taking home a cash prize between $500 and $2,500. Then at 10 o'clock, one grand prize winner will receive our largest single prize ever, a $50,000 vehicle certificate. And it's only at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I've got the power. The rest of the show, I might do it 10 more times.
Yeah.
He's Riley Yauk, Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube page. Get into the show on the Carbless hotline, the talk and text line. Less is more, 844-770-3776. We also have a Sidings Unlimited poll question. We asked you at Jim, Matt, and Molly, are you a fan of New Year's resolutions? 87.5% of you say no. And we got, it's that time of year. We're going to throw some stones. So, Festivus for the rest of us. New Year, same me. Let's get into it.
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold!
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
All right, guys, whether it's hot, cold, or just chill, every host deserves a chance to give their best take. And Jim Rutledge has a take surrounding a former Badgers head coach that he wants to share with us.
Yes, Brett Bielema. And we'll have to get the thought. Is Primetime back tomorrow, or is he out again?
Yes, he's back tomorrow. His plane lands in about 20 minutes.
All right, so Primetime Wollersheim weirdly was at this game, the bowl game between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the eating Brett Bielema's of the Fighting Illini ilk. And
where was this game held?
South Florida.
Orlando.
Orlando. Yep,
okay.
Yes. And long story short, Brett Bielema got his feelings hurt because South Carolina did kind of a quasi-fake fair catch, but they didn't complete it all the way. So when they so Illinois slowed down. South Carolina caught the ball, threw it to the other side of the end zone, and had a return. Bielema threw a hissy fit. because everything in the world I was always about Brett Bielema. Here's what I guarantee. We can write this down and take a picture and etch it in stone. Brett will try this in the Big Ten. He did the same thing against the Wisconsin Badgers. He cried and moaned because he was outsmarted, which is not hard to do against Brett Bielema. He was outsmarted for the Badgers, did it against him last year when they beat Illinois. And so what did he do? He used it this year, the way he was outsmarted. But Brett Bielema took it all the way to like the Big Ten officials trying to get that game like redacted last year because he's a big crybaby.
Yeah.
Emphasis on big and crybaby. But the thing is, with Brett, he drives me insane because then he's like trying to like start a fight with Beamer, the coach of South Carolina, and then getting the players involved and acting like a giant man baby. And the thing that kills me is this is exactly who Brett Bielema is, and this is why he'll always fail. And I did put this out, and it's one of the few tweets I put out on Twitter. Here's what I said. We all know the best college coaches make everything about themselves and always need to be the center of attention. And always talk about if we didn't lose 3 games and finish 5th in our conference, then we'd be in the college football playoff. Brett was the king of that here at Wisconsin. Well, if we didn't lose 3 players and lose these 2 big games on last-second plays, we'd be in the championship game. Well, if we're fifths, we'd all be drunk.
Yep.
Shout out Chris Orr. That's my stone. Brett Bielema is just the worst of the worst. And he's already showing signs by making everything about him that things will fall apart at Illinois.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I didn't see the fair catch. And I'm not defending.
Was it dicey? Yeah. But
I'm not, okay. So,
but Brett's the king of that.
So I'm not defending Brett Bielema at all, but there is a little bit of issue, epidemic, if you will, of players who have that kind of right, like people returning kicks, fair catches, but more so quarterbacks, the fake slide, I'm going to head out of bounds and then steal a couple more yards. And when they get their clock cleaned, flags go out. So, I do think there's a bit of an issue trying to use the rules deceitfully in the NFL and in college football in this case. So, I don't think Brett was wrong to be a little bit upset about it, but the fact that he literally will go through rules to try and find loopholes. And if there is anything like that, like, Jim, you make a good point. He's going to do it next year, too, or something along those lines, most likely. So
he's just a giant hypocrite is what
he is a giant hypocrite. He's a giant man baby, but I think the bigger issue in this, in all this, like, if there's even an inkling there's a fair catch, the refs need to call that because then they can be like, hey, well, he never called it. It's
true, and this is on a kickoff, so it's a little less dangerous than the punt one. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's not even about the danger of it. Just like if you look like their hands went up, at the worst, that team still gets the ball right where they're at. Like, no issues, no kerfuffle, no bench clearing conflicts that you've got to worry about because they're just like, oh, I guess we got it wrong. It looked like he threw his hand up. But, I'm so sick of seeing quarterbacks do the fake slide or run to the sideline, look like they're going out.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same kind of thing, though. You're protected by the rules, and now you're trying to take advantage of them. I'm like, I get it, but these, gray areas are kind of what ruins some of the game for me, personally.
Yeah, I think the most ridiculous thing about the Brett Bielema fiasco was that he got super mad about the one thing that Shane Beamer in South Carolina did on a trick play, and then he spends the entire rest of the game taking an eternity with his defensive subs, forcing at least 2 timeouts from South Carolina. The referees didn't step in ever to force Illinois players to do more than walk off the field.
Right.
Yeah.
Can
It
they
was
not?
so annoying.
So there's no trying to get them off sides like in the NFL.
No, so the offense would sub, which means the defense is allowed to substitute, and then the ref would stop the center from snapping the football until the defense is finished subbing. So Illinois, the ref would be in between the center and the quarterback, so they couldn't snap the ball. But then Illinois would take forever to get off the field.
And
the play
runs?
clock just keeps running.
In Madden, if the
timeouts.
offense is done calling the play, it stops the clock, right? Let's do that.
Honestly.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
No, because, that's also a little bit of a weird rule bend. It's like, we can kill your... Because what if you're going to try an audible because they sent someone in, you're like, oh, we can take advantage of that guy. You don't have time to try and change the play at the line.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
Now,
Bielema
a Beamer can always run a hurry-up offense and force no subs.
True.
So,
Yep.
he had the opportunity to
did.
counter it.
That's true. That's true. But then Bielema also, when he went to check on an injured player, was taunting Shane Beamer in the opposing sideline with the substitute signal.
That's what got me.
Which is absurd.
Great.
And then he
So
took a
you used-
giant victory lap on Twitter afterwards too. It was the whole thing was
So
ridiculous.
you took an injured one of your players
yes
as an opportunity to go out on the field and then taunt.
Yep, that is exactly what he did.
That's very Brett Bielema.
Yes. Also, side note, I think I'm the only person. I'm not in on the Cam Scattaboo.
Really?
Yeah. it's
He
fine.
had a heck of a game.
College player for sure.
Again?
Cam Scattaboo.
Oh, I love that.
Right. That's why
great
everyone's
name.
in on it, and he's just like
And he's got tree trunks for legs.
Yeah.
Fun
He's
to
just
say.
a dog.
Yeah,
Fun
and
to
he's been
say.
a constant like overlooked guy, redshirt senior. And I'm not in on him. Like, I don't want him on my football team in the NFL. Like, I think that he is a cute little story.
You don't think a cool little navy blue and orange Scattaboo jersey would be tight?
No, because I don't
It
think
would
this
sell. It would sell.
Like, if he's like a 6th or 7th round pick and he's a special teamer, sure. But like, he was viewed as an undrafted player, and now they're like, well, the season he had, he's like, I'm the best running back in the country. No, you're not. You are nowhere close to Genty. Like, you're not in the category. So his bravado. Here's the thing: he gives off Tyson Bagent dad vibes, and Tyson Bagent's dad is a doofus and someone you don't want around your team, and basically that guy's as a player. That's the vibe he gives off.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like, I loved the game. He made that game interesting.
Oh, he's a heck of a
thankfully,
player and
yesterday
fun
was
player to watch.
awesome.
Yes.
But it was after Arizona State got stopped on 4th and 2. They tried to run the ball. The blocking scheme was bad. They had a tight end try and block Texas's best defensive end. Then they showed Scattaboo on the sideline after the play just freaking out at his linemen and at the coaching staff, and then kind of stormed away. Not a big fan of that. He ended up maybe lighting a fire under them because they played significantly better after that, but still, that wasn't a good look, but everything else was cool.
Like the Jake Kumerow sort of vibe. Like, if he's on your team as like a special teams fan favorite type, sure. But like, I
don't want to center my offense.
Right. I don't
around
want
him.
him like, even like if he's your third running back, you're in okay shape. But now he's like climbing up the draft boards because he put up numbers this year, like mid-round pick. Pick, then all of a sudden you're thinking about trying to play them more. I don't think he's a guy that's going to succeed as your regular back in the NFL.
I think he'll be a great change of pace power back, but that's probably his ceiling.
Gotcha.
I agree.
He's
right.
an A.J. Dillon.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe a little higher ceiling than A.J. Dillon.
Maybe.
AJ was second-round pick,
so maybe.
That was a reach. I want to do this.
No.
I
don't want you to do this.
There was so many people, in particular former Badger basketball players, not hosting on ESPN Wisconsin, so it's not about him, who were like, oh, remember when you thought A.J. Dillon was a reach? Not to me, but just in general. And he's been quiet about it since. I assume I muted him. But, like, it was such a dumbass take. Like, taking A.J. Dillon in the second round regardless was a bad choice because taking a running back in the second round, even the year he was taken, was such a reach. And then he never really accomplished anything close to what a second rounder should be. Like, Christian Watson is still a disappointment as a second rounder, and that's injuries, but it's still a disappointment. Like, second rounders are not flyers. If A.J. Dillon was picked in the 5th round, it's a great pick. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I just remember people trying to take victory lap after A.J. Dillon had like a okay rookie season. And so just them, I like to laugh at for how A.J. Dillon's career has faded away. Go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. I think $1.2 million or won last weekend alone at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Are you taking GLP-1 injections like semaglutides, but wondering how you can keep the weight off long term? Or maybe the weight just isn't coming off as quickly as you thought it would. If you weren't given a specific food plan to follow, you might be at risk of putting the weight back on once the injections end. At MadisonWeightLoss.com, our supervised nutrition plan could help support you and maximize your weight loss results now and empower you with the tools to keep the weight off long term once the injections end.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson, and everyone's always looking for ways to be healthier and lose weight as we start a new year. Contact the team at Madison Weight Loss. Do what I did. Make that call and lose up to 1 pound a day. You won't regret it. Contact the team at MadisonWeightLoss.com.
At MadisonWeightLoss.com, we offer a proven approach to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day without exercising or prepackaged foods or counting calories. Plus, our strategies can help you keep the weight off long term. Don't wait. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule a free consultation. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Ain't shady, baby, I'm hot like the prodigal son. Big up Bartolini, meeny, money, mo, and flower. You're the
Bring in the new year.
one.
Get yourself a new or new to you Chevy Silverado, Colorado. Players are over at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. And I'll tell you what, there hasn't been a ton of snow, but anytime there is, it's funny, Matt, at this point, because I've been driving a Silverado or Colorado from Simden Chevy for about 5 or 6 years now. I don't even blink an eye when it comes to weather, and that's because of the fantastic vehicles they have at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Service is great there as well, so you're minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. He's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge, and we're back at it tomorrow, and I believe prime time will be in. So we'll get into our more picks and predictions. We did a little bit of Molly's game. I think the Bears will keep it under 10, but that's only because I think the Packers will get up early enough that the Bears might end up just playing. But on the flip side of it, Matt, I guess I figured the Bears starters would play against the backups. I could see if the game gets out of hand, Thomas Brown's been good at this, that Matt Eberflus, the knock for the Bears fans was that he'd just ride Caleb out to the end of the game, even if games were basically done.
Yeah.
Thomas Brown's been good, that if a game gets out of hand for the last series, basically
Get him out.
Get him out.
I mean, that's what the Bears should do.
honestly, for both these teams, for different reasons, it's just about getting through the game with a healthy quarterback.
Yep.
And that's basically it. But we'll break it down tomorrow. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Listen back, Wisconsin on Demand, Apple, Spotify, any of those great places.
Let's go, Georgia. See ya.
Coors Light